Hiring the wrong contractor may be detrimental to your home. The home improvement industry is rated #1 for customer complaints by the Better Business Bureau.
That's why we're proud to be an A+ rated company here at Big State Remodeling. And you, the people of Amarillo, voted us the best of Amarillo 3 years in a row. Big State Remodeling, we have a window for every budget. Get on the web at bigstateremodeling.com and see our special offers, or come by our showroom here at 2800 Hobbs, or give us a call, 358-7419.
Well, welcome to another playoff edition of PigskinPreview.com. Man, we're in the second round of the playoffs, the area round, and we've got a whole bunch of teams left. I'm John Mark Beilue, columnist for the Globe News.
And I'm Lance Lahnert, sports editor at the Globe News. Got a little scratchy throat. I'm going to let my man here do most of the talking. But John Mark, we will be, as you well know, second round. The teams in Class A who had the district champs had byes. They get a move in, so we still have 15, 18, 20 teams still alive in the playoffs.
It's almost like a regular season, just in terms of games that you've got to cover.
That's right.
Where are you guys going to be this weekend?
Well, we'll be all over. We'll be in Lubbock, obviously, watch Tascosa and Cooper get after it.
Yeah.
We'll be down in Seminole at the, it's a unique name, the
Wigwam.
Wigwam,
Yeah,
thank you.
There you go.
It's the Wigwam. Lee Passmore will be there with Randall and Clint Horizon. Obviously, we have a couple of games in town here. Spring Lake Earth's coming in, playing Wellington. There, Farwell Wheeler, the Bro, and then Canadian kicks off their hopeful run. And they'll be in Plainview.
Yeah.
Greg Sherwood Stadium. So we'll be all at those places, along with on Saturday, real quick. Dalhart's big win. We will be in Friendship. Les Giles will be down there.
I believe you told me you got like somebody at 11 games. Would that be
really
one of
do.
your staffers or a correspondent?
And we're proud of that. So go online, get the complete coverage that you'll see right away when we get those stories in. We do a good job of posting those quickly.
Well, let's talk about a few games. We can't talk about all of them, but we've got a few games that we can talk about. One of them is the only AISD team still playing, and that's Tascosa at Lowry Field in Lubbock against really a state power in Abilene Cooper.
Oh yeah, Cooper all year long kind of sent a message early. Had a big win early in the season in a Metroplex game, and then upset Abilene High. Let's call it like it is in the rivalry game of their city, and took it out on Lamar last week, 41-6. John Mark, you know a little more about it than I do. You get a chance to talk to the Tascosa coaches. What have they said?
Well, they when you talk about Cooper, you talk about their offense, and they have got two good running backs, several guys that can just catch the ball. I mean, they just run really good routes and can catch the ball. And of course, their quarterback, he in one game he was 27 out of 30, which tells you about how well he can throw the football.
Tony Rum would take that.
Yeah, and so it puts a lot of pressure on them. What they're going to try to do is try to obviously keep the ball away from Cooper with some time-consuming drives. Now, it does not help that Nehemiah O'Quinn, maybe their best player who goes both ways as linebacker and running back, is out for this game. But they're going to try to compensate in other ways, and they're coming off really a pretty dominant performance against El Paso Montwood, more so than the score indicates.
Right, yeah, they played really, I mean, they had a couple mistakes in that game, but that could have been a lot worse. The good thing about the game is, John Mark, Tascosa, definitely the underdog. You can really just let it go. There is really no pressure on them to go out and like an Amarillo High game where they had to close this playoff.
Yeah, they've got really nothing to lose, and so it'll be interesting to see how they respond to that game and against a really talented team. Now going down to 4A. What about Randall and Clint Horizon?
Hey, Randall obviously coming off a great win, a fist fight really, if you want to call it, with Lake Dallas, a 10-6 win. That's all it's about right now. Win in advance, as you well know, John Mark. Even if they played a great defensive game. Let's talk real quick about the Raiders' defense. That's a plus 18 now, John Mark, something like that in the turnover ratio. Last year they had a minus 8, and maybe that's why last year they're 1-9. This year they have 9 wins.
Yeah, exactly, and those are huge. That was spotlighted in Wednesday's paper about getting those turnovers. The Harris ratings have them as a pretty prohibitive favorite. So I guess it's just one of those things they just go out and try to take care of some business.
Right, respect factor. Clint Horizon, real quick, is 7-4. Now they did beat an El Paso Bowie team 42-7, so obviously they can put up some points on the board.
But Randall, by all accounts, should advance and get to the third round of the playoffs next week. Okay, I think one of the real intriguing matchups is in Class 3A.
Totally agree.
When you have Dalhart and Monahans. Monahans is undefeated. Dalhart's lost only one time, and boy, that's two pretty good programs. Two pretty good teams going at it in the second round.
Let's give District 1-3A credit, John Mark. There were only 4 teams in it, and Perryton didn't make the playoffs. Pampa, Borger, Dalhart did. Borger wins, Dalhart wins. Pampa goes toe-to-toe early in their loss. So 1-3A did a nice job.
Yeah.
Real quick, Dalhart, that was an upset in my mind. Maybe not for the Golden Wolves, but Coach Stephen Young and his Wolves beat Estacado 32-28. And that's a tough matchup, and it doesn't get any easier.
No.
As Monahans is undefeated and coming off a 52-8 win.
Well, yeah, and Monahans has been kind of the team, kind of the perennial power in 3A in West Texas all year, but Dalhart got that win over Estacado, and Estacado was a good team.
Excellent team.
It gives them a real shot of confidence going into this game.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And they're playing. They were up big. Like 30. Estacado had to come back to make it close. So who knows? Maybe it's one of those years you've been on a team that made it to the state championship.
You just get that momentum.
Exactly, and I think they have a little momentum. Let's quickly go into 2A, John Mark. Spearman. Nice season going on with the Lynx. They have bit off a big one here in Crawford that's undefeated at 10-0.
You know what's amazing to me? It's the second round of the playoffs, and they're playing essentially. For those who don't know, Crawford, is where George Bush's ranch is. It's just outside of Waco.
Exactly.
And you know where Spearman is, at the top of the Panhandle. And good night. You talk about some mileage there. But I believe they're playing in Seymour. Is that correct?
Yeah, they are playing in Seymour. So I'm with you. I have to laugh at that, but think of nobody else probably in the country has a matchup like that far away after a second round.
Right.
But Spearman coming off a nice win over Coahoma, so they've got some confidence too. You talked about the Dalhart thing,
right?
And they will not go down without a fight.
No,
not that I'm saying they're going to lose, but I'm just saying it's a tough matchup.
And Crawford, for those that don't know, is 10-0. A few years ago, they played Canadian in the semifinals and won in the second round and beat Canadian, and then went on to the finals. So they got a nice. Traditional, nice program going there.
Let's jump into our 1As real quick, John Mark. We got Canadian finally getting to play a game in the playoffs, 10-0. But it's Stanford, 10-1. That's a 3-week break. I don't care what the coaches say about this. I know they did what they could to keep sharp. But it'll be interesting to see how the first half of that game takes place.
Yeah, you want to see if they're sharp or if they're a little bit flat, just because they have not played in a game situation for 3 weeks. It's a very, very unusual situation. They had the last bye of the season, then had a bye because they won district, and now so that's 2 weeks without games. But they may be a little rusty early, and against a team like Stanford, who's 10-1, you don't want to stay rusty for very long.
No, and you can't have early turnovers. The hitting part of it's going to be different than practice. And let's go to Wellington. Same situation. They've been out of 8-2, and they got Spring Lake Earth, who's been on a year-long roll, as we know, 10-1, and. That's going to be another great. That's probably a third or fourth round game if you want the truth. And here they're playing it pretty early.
Yeah, that's a really nice matchup. I think Spring Lake Earth had an undefeated season going on until I believe they were upset by Farwell.
Right at the end.
Right at the end. And so Wellington, everybody thought they might be down, having lost Weston Williams and a few others, but they've stepped up and have proven their worth. So that's a nice 1A matchup going on there.
That really is, and you can see it right here in town, by the way. So if you want to go see great 1A football, right in Dick Bivens.
Well, Lance, what about we got the Backyard Spawn Adventure Player of the Week, and we talked about Dalhart. He's from Dalhart. Tell me about it, the winner.
Yeah, let's go with Adrian Ruiz. He plays both ways, does a little bit of everything for him, John Mark. But in this particular game, they handed him the ball 30 times. He rushed for 125 yards in the win over Estacado, scored all 4 of their touchdowns. And kind of a neat sidebar, not a neat sidebar, but he's a type 1 diabetic who has to take 4 to 5 injections a day. So to go through that and the physical activity of a football season and to do that, we are really proud of Adrian Ruiz. Plus, that was just a great win for the Texas Panhandle.
Right, and Adrian, congratulations. You are the Backyard Spawn Adventure Player of the Week.
Lightning round.
All right, Lance and I are here for the playoff edition, second round of the Lightning round, where we pick games as as quick as possible. Try to put a little thought into it, but not a whole lot. So anyway, we're ready to go.
The mystery voice is pretty quick. I've got to go with Clarendon. Johnny Gaines will get it done. I think they're ready for a run.
Well, Clarendon's been living in the shadow of a lot of good 1A teams up here. Going to be a tough game, but the Broncos prevail. I think this will be a closer game than most people think, but Canadians hungry, their tradition, they'll win this one.
Have a chance to be the first team from our area to ever go to 4 consecutive state titles. I think this is the first game. John Mark nailed it. Not an easy game. Don't be shocked by the score. I got to go with the Shoe. Talk about a long-distance game. They're playing in Abilene, you know what I mean? But second round. But the Shoe is just on a roll once again.
Well, David Woods got that team hitting their stride at the right time. Breckenridge won by, I think, a point last week. I'm going to go with Muleshoe. Woo, boy, I tell you what. I think Harris Ratings has this a 3-point game.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong, but I'm going to go with Monahans. I'd love to be wrong.
I'll have to go with I'll go a little homer here with the Golden Wolves. I really think if they have early success, they win that game. Wow. A Borger. I mean, hey, they've done a great job all year. Coach Purser and the Bulldogs will win.
Bulldogs aren't flashy, but they find ways to win when they need to. I think they'll do it this time. Well, I think Randall's, on a roll. Clinton Horizon may not have the talent that's needed. I'm going with the Raiders.
Yeah, speaking of great job, Coach Wood, they're already a +8 on the win column. They're going to roll it again. This won't be close, in my opinion. You got to go with the Herd. The Herd's on a little bit of a roll now. Don Delosier, those guys played a lot of playoff games the last couple of years. I think they're ready for another.
I think the Herd will be willing to, and if they win this one, they have a rematch with the Lido, I think, the following week. So I think the Herd wins by 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Well, I got a son on the Tascosa team. It's going to be very tough. Everybody knows how talented Cooper is, but I got to live at home, so I'm going to go with Tascosa in a huge upset.
All right, I like your confidence, John Mark. Hey, I'm rooting for the Rebs, but in order to win the game, win the pick.
Yeah, I know. I do the same thing.
I'm going to go with Cooper, but my heart. No, hey, it's with Plunk and the Rebels. All right.
All right, that's it.
Yeah, go to Amarillo.com on Friday night. We got the updates quarter by quarter. The mobile scene also. Right. John Mark, tell me a little bit about that.
I believe that is m.pigskinreview.com. You can get them on your mobile. You want to know what a playoff game is going, how it's going somewhere else, and you're at another playoff game. What better way to do that than that way?
Exactly. Let me give you a quick shout out. I'm at the PD Denton Ryan game. The Denton writer is there. He turns over to me, we're in the middle of the game, and he goes, by the way, you guys have a kick website, Pigskin Review, and he was on it, checking out our scores because he goes, we are on that all year. Awesome. So I just want to give
when
a shout out.
When you get a colleague like that to give you some praise like that doesn't happen very often. So.
Right, and that's Denton,
That's
so
great.
Yeah, it's great. So just log on to that and have a good time with that.
All right, well, good luck to everybody that's
really
all the fans, all teams still in the playoffs this week. Hope you're playing next week.
See you later.
See you.